would like to move now to the final portion of our conference today, which is honoring three Romanian American organizations with their projects of excellence. We couldn't come together as a Congress to vote on the most amazing projects, but I think these are signature programs that are to be honored and to be positioned as projects of excellence for our entire Romanian American community. And I would like to introduce now Mrs. Stefania Magidson from Blue Heron Foundation. Mrs. Magidson?
Yes, I'm setting my timer here because I know I have about 10 minutes, I think you told me. And here I go. Good afternoon, everyone. It is a true pleasure and honor to meet you, even through this modality. I'm saluting you from Los Angeles, California, from our home. I grew up in Brașov in Romania, and in 1983 I moved to the United States with my parents. I was a young adolescent. Romania was still communist, and so we started from nothing here. 4 suitcases, $500, to parents who didn't speak the language. And I really got to understand and to experience for the first 10 years here what it's like to be at the very bottom of the pyramid, what it's like to start from nothing. And I came to the conclusion that only through hard work and education I could build a future for myself. My background is in public health and with a master's in applied psychology. My life's trajectory was of such a nature that when I got married at the age of 27, all of a sudden I was catapulted in that like 1/10 of 1% of the socioeconomic strata, and all of a sudden I saw the world in such different and extreme ways. And so I've had the experience of really knowing what it's like to be at the very bottom. After we had our 2 children, I didn't hesitate to look back to the Romanian children we left behind, and I visited some orphanages, and I started the Blue Heron Foundation. And let me just share my screen with you here. I hope, can you all see this? It's basically a poster with just a few numbers. So we've been around for 18 years. During this time, we raised and invested almost, or actually over $2 million in bettering the lives of about 3,000 Romanian and Moldovan youth. A lot of them in the beginning were children under the age of 3, but with every trip to Romania, I came to realize that it was the 18-year-olds who were being pushed out of the system that perhaps needed and deserved the most help. Our mission is to improve the quality of life of orphaned and abandoned Romanian and Moldovan, and hopefully one day Transnistrian youth, by providing them with greater access to life's opportunities through college education. We are doing that mainly through the Blue Heron Foundation Scholarship Program. It started out small with about 25 students, and now every year we have approximately 115 students. Of those, about 75 in Romania in 20 different regions, and about 40 in the Republic of Moldova in about 7 regions there. What's beautiful about us, it's a very simple program. It's a very concentrated, very focused, and I would say a program that has profound and long-term benefits for these young men and women who have either been abandoned at birth or along the way. So we cover their tuition for those students who are not, whose tuition is not waived. Tuition in Romania is still relatively inexpensive, only $600 a year and about $2,200 for medical students. We also offer them $55 as a monthly stipend and an additional $400 a year, which are directed either toward courses such as IT and English courses, or other items such as laptops, driver's license courses, dental expenses. And we also do a yearly summer camp. And one of the most important parts of our program is that they work with a mentor. Each and every one of our students is assigned a mentor at the beginning of their college career and at the beginning of their entering our program. And just to give you a couple of examples, we always have women paired up with girls, and they have to be in the same area of experience or studies. For example, Ileana Kostia, who is a professor here at Northridge, she's an engineering professor, mentors Alina, who is a textile engineering student in Sibiu, or Virgila Dumitroae, who is actually one of Adrian Stoica's colleagues. He works at NASA, and he mentors Aurelian in Bucharest, who is receiving a master's degree in electrical engineering. Our mentors, I would say, are about half from Romania and half from the United States. They are people who want to give a part of who they are. They spend somewhere between 1 and 3 hours of their time monthly with the student that was assigned. They read their monthly journal, and they are their cheerleader. They are there to help them with advice and with encouragement. We also do an annual summer camp, although sadly this year we probably will not do it because of COVID, but this is an amazing time for students to come together from all over Romania and Moldova and to celebrate. Our motto is, I'm not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become. After being in this doing good business for so many years, I realized how disempowering it is to view ourselves as victims, no matter how hard the circumstances that we find ourselves in are. And we always have the choice to reshape our lives and to aspire for a better future. We raise our money through annual salons. We usually have a rather big one every fall in Los Angeles and one in New York every spring, where our VP of Community and Fundraising, Alex Baku, he's gathered a beautiful group of people, and more I notice that he's also reaching out to those of you who are in Washington, DC, Philadelphia, and so on. We also have outstanding Romanians here, such as doctors Adrian and Simona Bot, who have not only been remarkable mentors, but they make really generous contributions to our work, which, by the way, and perhaps this is one thing that few people know, but it's a very rare thing about us. 100% of all donations that we raise go directly to the students, and that is because the founders are in the lucky position of being able to cover absolutely all administrative costs. So we make that money go a very long way, and we continue to attract amazing community members such as Anastasia Soare, who is a leader in the beauty industry, and they are generous donors and they help with visibility. Going forward, we hope to strategically expand the program in the poorest regions of Romania and of Moldova, and like I mentioned earlier, maybe even a few Transnistrian students. And we also hope to replicate this model in other parts of the world. It's a very simple model of 100 students, 100 mentors, 200 donors, and 1 founder. And we already have organizations in the Philippines and in Mexico who are following this model. In terms of how you can help, it's very easy. You can become a member by donating a minimum of $500 a year. Again, this money is tax deductible and 100% of it goes directly to our students. And or you can become a mentor. And a mentor, like I mentioned earlier, is a cheerleader and a guide for our student, and they usually stay with them for their entire college career. I want to thank you for your attention, and we are at www.blueheronfoundation.org. I think my motto is I like to lead by example. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Magidson. I personally am not aware of anything of this caliber, of this magnitude. Your program for the last 16 years has changed so many lives, and we wanted to applaud you. I know this wasn't a democratic selection process, but I really am not aware of anything of this scale happening in other diaspora hubs, and I personally applaud you for this, and I believe everybody today is joining me in that. Thank you for presenting it. We all look up to you in reaching something of that magnitude. Congratulations for sustaining it for so many years. There are many initiatives that start and fade, but yours has proven itself resilient over so many years. It is an amazing